G'day everyone, Mr. Weenie here. Today we're reviewing Visions of Mana, developed by Square Enix, this one being the latest installment in the Mana series dating all the way back to the 90s. Visions of Mana is marketed as a JRPG that includes elements of fantasy and role-playing, integrating a story-driven experience with decision-making mechanics that impact the story's outcome, and even erotic content and romance paths with the characters you meet along your journey, which I steered away from given how the developers decided to make the characters look so young and childlike. Or rather, I didn't even get that far into the game to witness any romance options because I turned it off before the 2-hour mark as I wanted a refund ASAP. I'll be honest, I'm not really a fan of these types of titles, but I thought I would download it and give it a shot anyway. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf and not be so cynical when judging things at face value, so I'm approaching this with an open mind. Let's get into it. In Visions of Mana, you, the player, discover a mysterious and powerful force known as Mana. This mana grants you unique abilities or visions, setting you on a journey filled with adventure, mystery, and intrigue. As the protagonist explores this world, they encounter various characters, each with their own stories, secrets, and motives. Your choices will affect the relationships with these characters, leading to romance, conflict, or alliances. The tale unfolds with the player uncovering the true nature of Mana and the secret forces controlling it, ultimately leading to a climactic ultimatum that determines the fate of the world and the player's own path. Pretty cliche, but that's just the story. Getting into the gameplay and mechanics, Visions of Mana does not choose to feature traditional turn-based battles, which some of you might be familiar with in the series. Instead, they've chosen to integrate live-action combat into the long-awaited sequel of the Mana series. The combat is a lukewarm mess with little feedback and satisfaction. The flow of attacks and combos feels floaty and without any impact. Contrary to what's happening on screen, the developers ensure to cue lots of flashy visual effects to give the impression of actual weighty strikes in combat, which isn't the case. It doesn't have a good combat system. It feels like I'm pillow fighting with my enemies. The combat is akin to that of what I can only imagine mobile gaming combat is like. It's simply not good, and there's nothing to write home about. Nothing new or innovative, just half-assed shoehorn combat to create the illusion of a complete game. It's almost as if the last thing they had to work on before release was the combat system, only for them to run out of funds halfway through development in that area. Really, they should have stuck to their roots and locked in with a traditional turn-based combat system because quite frankly, this is fucking shit. You don't have to agree with me, the combat is simply not my cup of tea, but I definitely think they would have benefited from staying true to their original formula. On my journey through Visions of Mana, I ran into lots of stuttering and freezes when playing for the first time. My shadow play wouldn't even let me record for some bizarre reason, and I struggled alt-tabbing. I was able to fix it by changing to windowed mode, but in the process I somehow inverted the controls and changed the language to Japanese, which I'm sure I didn't do, but apparently I did, and I made my experience much worse for myself. So on top of my already bad experience of Visions of Mana, I flipped it on its head and made it even worse, which I will admit is my fault, but really the game should be optimized at release and not be giving the consumer this many issues, right? And I get this is not my sort of game, it's not my cup of tea, but how this game has so many mostly positive reviews on Steam is a myth. It's a top 10 unsolved mysteries to me. What the fuck? This game is not very good at all. It's not worth $90. Getting into the visuals and sound design, visually the game isn't awful to look at, but it's not jaw-dropping either. It's clear Visions of Mana is heavily inspired by fantasy aesthetics with anime-style character designs, which I for one am not a fan of, as it just feels like I'm playing for a Disney game made for children. Which doesn't necessarily make it a bad game, but the style is not unique by any means. The game is very vibrant and pretty to look at, but that's all it is. You can put makeup on a pig, but it's still a pig. On the contrary, I think the music and sound design is quite good compared to the rest of the shortcomings in Visions of Mana. It doesn't redeem itself in any way, as Square Enix is charging $90 Australian for this title, and I for one cannot imagine paying $90 for a soundtrack alone. It's just not happening. Unfortunately, the voice acting is subpar at best, comparable to a bad anime dub.
If you're looking for Longren, the Veil of Wind, it's this way.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
My father took me with him to Longren.
Oh
just
my
the one time,
god.
but I remember the
The voice acting is shit.
We haven't been.
There are a ton of monsters over there.
Oh.
This game is so gay.
We're trespassing on their territory. We gotta
No,
get
there's
past
no
somehow.
disrespect to gays, of
You
course.
ready?
It's not a slur.
Yeah.
But this game is homosexual. I found myself skipping most of the cutscenes as they were so incredibly annoying to listen to, not to mention the garbage writing you have to endure at the same time. Let me skip this fucking shit.
This kind of thing is common in our area.
Wow. I'm just skipping everything. This dialogue. Look how long this cutscene is, as if I'm gonna listen to this. What moron listens to this dribble? Skip. Oh my god, another cutscene! What the fuck? Japanese ripoff of Mickey Mouse. Nice. Skip, 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 skip. Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, give him the Dragon Ball, bro. Let's go. Come on.
Aha!
Let's fucking go, bro. Come on. Oh my god. Let me skip. Fuck. What the hell?
Oh, well then I guess I was you.
Oh, just skip it, bro. Who cares? And this isn't a joke. On more than one occasion, I found myself waking up from a good nap, only to realize I slept through one of the cutscenes again. Yeah, it's that bad. Oh my god. What is this? No substance whatsoever to be found in the story or writing at all. It's garbage. All in all, I think that Visions of Mana is an unfinished, overpriced piece of garbage that could do with extra development time and a price decrease. It's unoptimized with certain settings, even if you have a beast PC. The combat is weightless and lacking feedback, voice acting is trash, and the writing is abysmal to say the least. It's gotta be a 0 out of 10. See ya!